Hey family, it's Q here. We're back with another video. I have a quick word. I know it's been a while. Just taking time to myself, just to be with myself, my family, and just take time from trying to rush a word so quickly, you know. But I do have things that I have been taking note of that God has been giving me. And the word I have for you today is diluted and deluded. I know they sound similar and they'll kind of be similar, but they're two different words that I just said. So diluted, spelled D-E-L-U-D-E-D, it means to mislead the mind or judgment of, to deceive, to trick. Then we have diluted, and that is of a liquid, weakened by the addition of water or another solvent. And it also is made weaker in force, content, or value by modification. All right. When I received this word, it's because I had a dream. I love to share my dreams. For those who don't know, I am a dreamer. God gives me things through my dreams and visions, and I love to come and share those. Also, in study time, there may be things that as I'm just thinking, I jot them down because I know that God is speaking to me. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and read the dream, and then I'll share with you why I'm using this diluted and diluted, okay? So in this dream, God took me a place on this specific day, a place that's hard to explain in its deepest entirety. Before what I'm about to share, there were other things that took place. However, it is what took place thereafter that caught my attention and was a definite message to pay attention to. I saw people I know acting unusual than I would like. I am choosing these choice of words because I have already noticed these behaviors in the natural, and although I wish they were not happening, they are. Things like people you would least expect just outcasting you for no reason. I seen gossip being spread to these individuals by people they too trust. I seen offense being a spirit in operation. I seen pride refusing to turn over. While this was taking place, although my heart was breaking on the inside because I wanted to fix it and fix it then, I noticed I was being led to do the only thing I could. Pray. I had to pray right then. Pray loudly. Pray in front of the enemy. Pray for my offense. Alright, sorry about that. The camera shut off. However, as I was saying, I had to pray loudly, pray in front of the enemy, pray for my offenders. I had to ask for them to have protection even during this separation. That wasn't the hard part. The hard part was what I seen next. I had to turn and let go after that prayer. I had to turn and let go after that prayer. God is calling for this to be implemented in some of our lives today. Some are people pleasing, chasing, asking why. God is calling for you to pray out loud, pray in front of the enemy, pray for your offenders, pray for their protection during this separation. This next part, again, is going to be tough for some, but it is an instruction from God. The next thing is you have to let go. Let go of your offense. Let go of the lies. Let go of your offenders. God is not saying treat them as enemies. He's simply saying let go. You have prayed, have been to church houses, have been on prayer lines, praying for them, but not releasing them to God. Release them today to God. For by doing this, after you have prayed, you are giving your focus to what God is asking of you so you can do what's next. Today, let go. God gave me an example, and he said they are doing this not just in their doing, but they're doing this by choice. And it is because they are diluted and diluted. He says an example is just as juice, when we sometimes use water to dilute it to water it down. Some people are similar to this, right? And he says they're watered down with the enemy's tactics, and by choice, they are diluted. He said all you can do is pray and let it go, right? So, as I said, these two words, diluted and diluted, I just gave you the example of when you use juice and you pour water into it, and you do that to water it down, all right, to dilute it. Then he also said that they're diluted. And in the beginning of the video, I told you that diluted means to mislead the mind or judgment of, to deceive and trick. Some people, they're treating you as an outcast. Some people, they're treating you a certain way and you don't understand it. So you're chasing after them. You're people pleasing, trying to do whatever to get them to do or feel the same way they used to, or you guys used to. And he's saying it's not working. And the reason it's not, just like in that dream, I seen people being whispered lies. I seen people being deceived. I seen people being deluded by the enemy. Yes, they were being deluded and used by other people, but it's still the enemy. The enemy used people to sometimes deceive us, all right? So whatever it is that they're being deluded by, or they're being deceived by with the lies or whatever, all you can do for these people, as I seen in that dream, was pray for them. All right, these are going to be people that you love, because that's why it's going to hurt so badly. They're going to be friends and family, and it's going to hurt so badly. And again, God is not saying treat them as enemies. God is simply saying pray. Pray even out loudly, so that when you're praying, even if that's in your room or wherever, in your house or even in your car, you're praying out loudly. It doesn't matter, because you're coming against the enemy. You're going to get bold enough to pray in front of the enemy, okay? You're going to become bold, all right? And he says pray loudly. And after you do that, the hardest part wasn't facing the enemy. The hardest part, and the hardest part was not praying for your offenders. And the hardest part is not praying for them to be covered even though they're hurting you. He says the hardest part is what's next, is that you have to turn and let it go. You have to let it go. And when you let it go, all you can do is say, okay, Father, I have given this to you. I pray for them. I know that they are being misled by whatever it is that they think or see of me. I know that they must be misled because it is you, God, who's calling or telling me to do a thing. Or is you, God, that I'm trying to change my life for. Or is you, God, whatever it is, put your situation in that place. And although these people are treating me this way, I'm going to pray for them. I'm going to ask that they be covered. I'm still going to pray, even though it hurts me to pray for someone that's hurting me. And then I'm going to turn away and I'm going to give it to you. That because I still love them, I don't hate them. God, free them from this, because I can't break it for them, God. But I pray that these prayers, and with you, God, because we come from you, God, that you'll break them, Father God, and free them. Some people you're going to find coming back to you. Coming back to you, apologizing, coming back to you. And they're not even going to understand why they were treating you that way. It's just because the enemy, they were tricked by the enemy. So I don't want to prolong this message. That was the message itself, all right? God says some people are diluted and deluded. And he says at this moment, all you can do is pray for them and then turn and let it go. My brothers, my sisters, I pray that this message blessed somebody watching. It surely blessed me to see it and experience it and understand that God was speaking and that was an instruction. And I'm going to take heed of it and do it. And I pray that you too can as well. My brothers, my sisters, I love you guys. You guys be blessed.